Picture this, a crisp November morning, the solemn hush of Arlington National Cemetery, and a former president stepping up to the podium. It's a scene that usually commands respect, but this year, something felt off. That's the hook that's going to drive today's deep dive.
Exactly, Alex. I was listening to the live feed and thought, did I just hear a wandering speech? It felt like a ramble, and that's what got my curiosity buzzing. Let's unpack why it mattered.
We're talking about Donald Trump's Veterans Day address at Arlington on Tuesday, where he revisited his favorite grievance, feeling undercredited for his contributions. Over the next few minutes, we'll trace the speech, its rhetoric, and the ripple effects across politics and veteran communities.
Listeners, you'll walk away knowing the exact lines that sparked controversy, how the media framed the moment, and why veterans themselves reacted the way they did. Plus, we'll compare this to historic presidential speeches to see if Trump is breaking a tradition or just adding his own flair.
So stay tuned, because after we lay out the facts, we'll ask the big question. Does a wandering Veterans Day speech help or hurt a political comeback? Let's get started. First, let's set the scene. On November 11th, 2023, Trump took the podium at Arlington, a venue traditionally reserved for dignified, concise remarks. The crowd was a mix of veterans, families, and media, all expecting a tribute. Instead, the speech stretched over 15 minutes and meandered through personal anecdotes.
And that's where it gets fascinating, Alex. He started by honoring the fallen, but quickly veered into a litany of, I did this, I did that moments. I could hear the audience shifting in their seats, some nodding, many looking puzzled. It felt more like a campaign rally than a memorial.
Exactly. The core grievance he revisited was that he wasn't getting enough credit for supporting the military, especially the greatest support for veterans claim he often touts. He cited specific policies, like the 2020 VA funding boost, and then asked, where's the love?
What most people don't realize is that this credit-seeking isn't new for Trump. It's a pattern that dates back to his 2016 campaign. He repeatedly frames his achievements as personal victories, even when they're collective efforts. So, Sarah, do you think this is just his style, or a strategic move?
Sarah, it's a bit of both. Strategically, highlighting personal credit on a day dedicated to sacrifice can rally his base, who love the hero narrative. But it also risks alienating veterans who see the speech as self-promotion. The tension is palpable.
Right, and the lines he chose were telling. He said, I've always been there for our heroes, more than any other president. That statement, Alex, sparked immediate fact-checking because previous administrations also had strong veteran policies. It set the tone for the media backlash.
Analyzing his rhetoric, he used repetition and anaphora. I've been there. I've fought for them. I've stood with them, to embed his image into the collective memory. It's classic Trump, simple, emphatic, and repetitive, designed to stick in headlines.
Meanwhile, the crowd's reaction was a mixed bag. Some veterans stood and applauded, especially when he mentioned the VA's 2020 hospital upgrades. Others shifted uncomfortably when he pivoted to personal credit. I heard a veteran whisper, this isn't the day for a campaign.
The media coverage mirrored that split. Major outlets like the New York Times ran pieces titled Trump's Veterans Day, a self-serving soliloquy, while conservative sites praised his unfiltered honesty. Social media metrics showed a 42% increase in Trump-related hashtags in the hour after the speech.
What's particularly interesting is the veteran community's response. Organizations like the American Legion issued a statement saying, We appreciate any support, but today should have been about honoring sacrifice, not political credit. That's a clear rebuke, Alex.
Polling data from Pew Research, released 2 days later, showed 57% of veterans felt the speech was inappropriate for the occasion, while 31% said it resonated with them. The divide aligns closely with partisan lines. Republicans more forgiving, Democrats more critical.
And let's not forget the grassroots backlash. A group of veterans organized a silent march at the cemetery the following weekend, holding signs that read "Respect, not credit." It was a powerful visual counterstatement.
Putting this in historical context, presidents have traditionally delivered concise, solemn remarks on Veterans Day. Ronald Reagan's 1984 address, for example, lasted just under 5 minutes and focused entirely on gratitude. Trump's 15-minute ramble breaks that norm.
That reminds me of the 1990 speech by George H.W. Bush after the Gulf War. Short, dignified, and largely free of personal credit. Trump's deviation is stark, and it raises the question, is this a new era of politicized remembrance?
Politically, the speech landed at a crucial moment for the 2024 GOP primary. By positioning himself as the ultimate veteran advocate, Trump aims to solidify his base ahead of the upcoming primaries. Yet the risk is alienating swing voters who view the tone as tone-deaf.